and welcome back to TNI UK Impact episode 171. That threw me because Joe's not there. Coming to you live via the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen to you on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favorite shows. We are there. I am your host, Bison. And today I am joined by the man simply known as the Joker. And of course, our resident DJ himself, LimpstarUK. Craig, how's it going, buddy?
Yeah, man, it's all good. I set a land speed record to get home today to be in time for the show. So I'm expecting a call from the Guinness Book of Records anytime now.
Good man, good man. And Joe, what about you, bud? How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? I'm all good.
Have you been doing anything specific this week, Joe? I know you've been working on some of your YouTube content. Have you been on that?
Yeah, a lot of my YouTube content's got underway. Having a massive laugh revisiting this game as well. So it's been a really good laugh. And apart from that, I got a couple of new sound bites for everybody. Well, I brought one back, and I've got a new one for everyone this week. So.
Oh, good man. I like it. Well, we should hopefully see them a little bit later. Looking forward to that. But yeah, no, it's been a busy week this week. I've been taking my wife's dance group around. I've been putting grant applications in and all sorts of stuff like that this week. I've been a busy bee. Can I just say a quick hello to everyone that's in the chat? So let me have a quick look. So we've got, Eric was with us first. Then we've got Mir, two guys I would expect to always be in first. So good to see you guys. And you're right, baby. Hashtag this is TNI UK. You just got to have the UK bit on there, man. Come on. So that's all good. Swag fans in the house. Nice and early this week, fella. Nice to see you. Obviously, Limpstar's in there as well. He's making a few comments there, buddy, which is good to see. Barry Monkey's with us. Little shout out to my friend Katie Lou there. She's dropped in to say hi, which is nice. Hello. Mwah. Lovely. And I don't know if anyone else going to join us. Don't forget, leave us a message. Let us know you're there. We'll give you a shout out. And if you want to talk about any of this stuff, you want to make comments about any of the stuff that we're talking about today, then please don't hesitate to leave us a little message and we can talk about all of that stuff. Hey, Zach's in the house as well. So everyone is starting to turn up, which is fantastic. Our regulars, and hopefully we'll get some new people turning up as well, which would be really, really good. But guys, let's not delay it. Let's not delay the inevitable. Let's get stuck into the news, rumors, and of course, the TNA Impact recap of the week. Okay, start off. Joe Hendry food fight. We were literally just talking about that off air, featuring the incredible rascal Zach Wentz. Now, did anybody get to see this? I think you did, Joe. So let's have a little chat about it. What were your thoughts on this week's show, guy?
It was quite interesting. Ironically, they're talking about the thing they had was Gumbo. That was a nickname that was given to me at secondary school and I'm pretty sure those guys who said it didn't know what the hell it was because it just sounded stupid, so they called me that. So I knew what it was, and it's just so when Zachary Wentz and Joe Hendry are eating Gumbo, all bloody memories of secondary school come flying back. Year 10, year 11. The times when things started to get good.
Was it a good show, though?
It was a good show. It was quite enjoyable. It was good to listen to Zach speaking about possibly his dream match would be to get Des Wentz and Trey Miguel all together again for a trio match, or to go for the world title is like one of the big ambitions he's got in the future as well. So he's got his goals set there. We got to learn about the origin of the Rascals, who actually came up with the name, which is quite interesting.
Enlighten us, because I haven't watched it. Enlighten us.
Yeah, it was Gia Miller who I think it was who came up with the name.
Wow.
No, I'm getting Gia Miller and Chris Bay. Their things get mixed up, I think, but I'm pretty sure it was Jim Miller who came up with it, or something like that, or Jim Miller came up with the ABC for Ace Austin and Chris Bay.
Okay, that makes sense.
I literally watched the food fight and Xplosion one after another, and now I've got bloody Chris Bay and Zachary Wentz crossed in my mind for some reason.
Oh well,
If only you had a soundbite.
If only you had a soundbite of the ABC, that would just make absolute perfect sense right now.
Yeah, it would do.
It would definitely.
The ABC.
There you go.
Where would you look at that?
Thank you again.
Brought it back.
Barry Monkey's back as well. Great to see Barry. Thank you very much for joining us. Okay, so we've had that. Now, I suppose the probably the biggest news of the week, other than the other TNA, has to be a huge congratulations going out to, of course, the icon Sting on his. I just thought we could have maybe a little. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. A little bit of a stinger chat. I thought we could have a little bit of a stinger chat.
Yes.
Hang on. As we're doing the tattoo thing.
I've got no tattoos, so.
Oh, nice.
So there you go. Come on, the stinger. I thought we could have a little stinger chat about I don't know, our favorite moments. I don't know, the stinger maybe. I'm gonna slap mine in there. My favorite moment of Sting, I think, of all time was when he turned into Joker Sting. I think there's an in-ring promo with him, and I'm trying to think who it was. Who was he doing the promo on? I can't remember, but it was brilliant. It was pretty much when he turned full into the Joker in the ring itself, and the fans loved it. It might have been Mr.
You've
Anderson.
stepped over the line now. You've taken it too far.
There it is. There he is. There he is, Joker Sting. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. So I just want to say thank you to the Stinger. Obviously, Steve Borden, for being an absolute icon of the wrestling business for the past, 35, 40 years, I guess. I'm not sure how long, but it's been some time. And I'm glad he's retiring injury-free right now. So I think that's fantastic. I really enjoyed... because I did actually watch it. I did watch it, even though it was AEW. I did watch it because it was the Stinger, and I loved how. Well, I loved how they got his sons, or he got his sons dressed up in incarnations of the Stinger, which I thought was great. They had like Surfer Sting, and I think the other one he came out as Crow Sting, didn't he? Which is the one we got tattoos of, and. What was the other Sting? The other Sting, I can't remember now, but it was when he was like the red face, NWO.
Red and black one. Yeah,
that's NWO, wasn't it?
That was when NWO split into two factions, and they had the Wolf Pack. So he went off with Nash and Hall.
That's it, the Wolf Pack version. Yeah, that was great. So they had that version of him as well come out, and obviously that was both his sons. And ironically, they really do look like him. Like it's really weird. Imagine that, but it's just weird seeing these three guys. Yeah, but even to the extent of what they look like physically. So like when because when Sting was the Surfer Sting or whatever it was, that was when he was like proper jacked. If you remember, it was proper jacked at that point. That was his jacked son that came out looking like that, and then his other son, he was not like was more sort of Stinger, when he was TNA sort of size Stinger, that sort of size Stinger. That his son came out sort of kind of like that. So it was interesting. I thought it was really good. Good. Yeah, really good indeed. I really enjoyed it. And what's your favorite moment then, Joe? What's your favorite moment of Sting? Come on.
I haven't seen a huge amount of Sting in WCW or in TNA, which I'm really frustrated about. The most I saw of Sting was his time in WWE, when he took on Seth Rollins, and that short run he had in WWE. If he didn't get that shoulder injury from that powerbomb into the turnbuckle, that could have been he could have got some really better stuff from him. But I've seen load of stuff from the TNA archives for the matches he had. They on Xplosion this week they had Mick Foley, Kurt Angle, and Sting for the world title. I think it was to see who leads the main event Mafia. There was that match.
Oh,
So
nice.
it was a huge chunk of that match in it, and I'm just sitting there watching that.
Crossed over the line.
looking at some of the bumps that Sting was taking then, from Kurt Angle slamming him onto the floor mat, and I've seen some of the stuff he's done in AEW, crossbodying off of the balcony, and he's in his almost in his mid-50s and doing things like that still. It's just incredible to see guys like him going almost as if they've not aged at all, even despite all the injuries he's had and everything. But he's retiring at the right time, and it's great. It's just kudos to him for having such a great impact on everybody. He truly is an icon of pro wrestling.
I would still like to see him do some management stuff. Do you know what I mean? Maybe run a faction.
Yeah. I was going to jump in and say that, to be fair. I think like with the link of TNA and having Joker Sting, I would like to see him retire from the ring, but maybe in some kind of angle somehow. Imagine just like, because we lost Scott D'Amore, I don't know if you heard about that. Because we lost that and there's a mess up with management. Can you imagine us having an interim manager and then it being Joker Sting? Like he just comes in and there's a mystery buyer of TNA and Joker Sting comes and buys TNA and just completely turns it on the roof, something like that. And we have some like real silly matches. Like maybe not as silly as Con versus PCO, but that kind of silly.
You know what? Actually, I'd love to see PCO versus Stinger. That would be amazing. But anyway.
Oh yeah, that I would watch. It would probably be less theatrical and soap opera than PCO and Con. That's just my opinion. But Joe, I would say if you can, if you're able to go back and look, if you look at Sting in WCW, so when he kind of went from Surfer Sting to the Crow kind of Sting,
up in the rafters.
That's it. And they had, that's probably my favorite moment, was when they had Sting against Sting. So they had an imposter Sting and they were making Sting attack people and stuff like that. And then he was in the rafters and he kind of came down to the ring. I won't spoil it. Well, I can spoil it. It's like about 30 years ago now. But he kind of, he came in and he kind of fought himself and revealed himself as the real Sting. And like that was just an insane time for wrestling. I was massively.
But if you remember, he was in the rafters for like fucking ever. They had him in the rafters for like, it must have been almost a year he was in the rafters.
Just watching.
It was mental. He was just watching from the rafters for like every show for so long.
I think that as well.
It was mental.
That was definitely the when they Impact or TNA, when we introduced Mike Tenay into the Hall of Fame. Obviously, I know that we got the best of Tenay and Don West. So introducing them guys was amazing for me. But watching WCW, I had Bobby the Brain Heenan, who was just completely batshit bonkers, and you had Tony Schiavone before he turned into a complete asshole. Because on AEW now, he's just.
I can't stand him on AEW.
But him and Tenay, them two, and like their commentary was huge back then, and I think that really, really led the show. That's why I always think that like hosts and stuff like that on wrestling shows, they are really important. I think we've got a good pair at the moment, but I don't know how much I can put up with our Kermit the Frog impression. He's just there's every now and then I look away from the TV and I'm just like, oh.
You really don't like him, do you?
We need your female. Was it Vader Scott? We need another catalyst. We need
Vader Scott would be awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I spoke about Vader Scott last night in the interview that I did. Oh, I've not told you who it was yet, but
nope.
I will a little bit later. We'll talk about that later. Right. So that was a stinger. Congratulations, Stinger. Thank you for everything that you've done, brother. And let's hope this is not the end of the Stinger character. But I'm glad he's definitely retired from the ring, because I think now he's getting older. It could be the time that he injured himself or whatever, and we don't want that to happen. It's good that he's going now when he's got all of his limbs working. But fantastic. But have a wonderful retirement there, buddy. Right. Huge shout out to whoever is creating the TNA posters right now. The Sacrifice ones coming out this past week have been absolutely epic. I can't believe how good they are. They're so good. So I don't know what they've done. They've obviously employed a new, company to do their graphics and stuff, because fuck me, they're so good. Like the one that there's a poster one with like Nick Nemeth in the middle. I don't know if you've seen that.
That's for Rebellion.
No, no, it's not. It's not. It's a Sacrifice one. I saw it today because I shared it. Absolutely fucking epic, right? It's epic. And a lot of the other ones, just the match graphics and stuff, they're fucking so good.
They are amazing.
They are. So I wanted to shout out to the graphics boys because I think they're doing an incredible job. Now let's talk about Xplosion. We got the Xplosion results now. Look at Simon, but TNA have no money. No, of course. They're still managing to pay crazy money to create crazy good graphics, though. And we've just seen Norbert join us. Do you think you need to add more matches? So I think there will be more matches. Yeah, tomorrow
there'll be more matches made on Thursday, and
we haven't got any countdown stuff either yet. So that's definitely coming. It's coming tomorrow. So, Xplosion results. Jody Threat took on Killer Kelly, and Jody notched up a win over one of the Knockout Tag Champs. Now, I didn't get to see. I haven't seen the show yet. I know Joe has. What was this match like, Joe?
It was. If you're a fan of MK Ultra, then you're going to be satisfied from the start just seeing Killer Kelly come into the ring. and Jody Threat was absolutely incredible in this match, as was Killer Kelly. We got to see a huge amount of versatility from both of them, and Jody Threat was really, really solid throughout as well. This show, we really got to see, just remind everyone just how good Jody Threat is, and this win over MK Ultra now also is great momentum for Danny Luna and Jody Threat. We've got I think next week we're going to be getting Masha Samovich versus Danny Luna
tomorrow,
or tomorrow, because I'm thinking next week because it was broadcast on Thursday.
Well, I think that's then obviously going to be leading into, personally, I think that'll then lead into the match that they're going to have at Sacrifice. So we'll end up with Threat.
We might end up with Jody Threat and Danny Luna versus MK Ultra, or a triple threat tag team, because Decay.
I think that's what we'll get. I think we'll get that definitely. And I hope it's on the main show as well, because I think that'll be a really, really good match. We then had Gia Miller is around the ring with Chris Bay. We already talked about that one, where you think that Gia come up with the name for ABC by the sound of it. I mean, how did she say it though? Did she sort of say it a bit like Ace would have said it, like ABC, or how did she say it? Come on, how did she say it? I need to know.
She just came up with it out of the blue, and it was some Chris Bay thought, that would work, and most of the stuff that I can really vividly remember is him talking about his music and that, and it was all in the background while I was setting the stream up, so it's a bit hazy. But she spoke to him about his interest, his music, how long he's been doing his music for, and everything, which was really really interesting to just find out a bit more about him, what he does outside the ring, as what this whole point of the thing is about. But so it was really good, and Chris Bay is now officially her favorite guest, and no one's allowed to tell Ace Austin, because Chris Bay was really really sweet to her.
Well, to be fair, she says that pretty much every week. But yes, every single guest is her favourite.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's all good. So we then get the Xplosion main event, which was Crazy Steve versus Rhino. This was in a no DQ with the obviously the Digital Media Championship title on the line. After an insane match, Crazy Steve basically staples Rhino's head and blasts him into a table to retain the DMC title. Now, as I said, I've not seen this, but I've heard it was pretty crazy. So I'm actually looking forward to watching this one. So I don't want to give me too much detail on this one, because I'm gonna watch this one. But I'm safe to say I think it was a pretty crazy match, right?
It was a really good Yeah, really good match. It was nice to see a title defended on Xplosion too. So we know we'll probably see the X Division and the Knockouts tag team titles possibly defended on Xplosion, depending on who's holding the titles and that. So it's good to see that they're going to be defending belts on Xplosion too. Again, keeping it more relevant with everything else as well and tying everything in together. But this match was really good. It was
good. How long was it? Was it really long?
It was about 10 minutes or so. So it wasn't just like someone's got a weapon, beat the shit out of them, like like you see on AEW or in a PCO match. There was a lot of toing and throwing between Rhino and Crazy Steve, and it was really good.
Fair enough. We got it looks like we've just been joined by, of course, J-Bone from Smash.
How you doing, J-Bone?
How to see you, bro? Nice to see you. And Terrence Sullivan's joined as well. Good to see Terrence.
Fantastic. Welcome.
Yeah, definitely. And Mir obviously is making a few comments there. Did we notice that it was Kevin Knight was announced, and it turned out to be Chris Bay. Yeah, these little things. Yeah, we need to sort of kind of stop these little things.
Scott D'Amore wouldn't have done that.
No, of course he wouldn't. No, we've never seen any muck-ups like that before, have we?
Oh no.
Oh, no.
No. It's all Scott would never have happened under Scott.
Flawless.
He was. TNA renews partnership with Warner Brothers Discovery to broadcast weekly content on Eurosport India. Could we see the return of the Desi Hit Squad? I reckon we might. You never know. Or what about the Hustle in the Muscle? I've wanted to see the Hustle in the Muscle in TNA for such a long time. I know that Rohit has recently, partnered back up with this guy in AAW. I've forgotten his. This is crazy. I forgot what the Muscle's real name is. But I really like him. He's really good.
Dave, isn't it?
Dave, Dave the Muscle Batista or something?
Yeah,
I don't know. And look, Smash wants to know how the UK team's treating you. What's that?
Yeah, I'll send him a private message about that.
Okay, you do that. You do that.
That's so good.
But what I was saying was, as a tag team, they're actually really, really good. And I remember seeing them like a couple of years ago, and I can't remember his name. Smash, you're gonna know. Jay, you're gonna know his name. What's the name of the guy that teams with Rohit for the Hustle and the Muscle tag team? They're so good. They're a really, really good team. Well, we know how good Rohit.
Yeah, I'd love to see Rohit back in, because his run with the X Division X Division title was absolutely fantastic.
Oh man, he made it.
Karam, that's it. Karam. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, Karam. Yeah. He is so good, right? He's massive. He's jacked.
Yeah.
And he's really, really good. Him and Rohit together are a really, really good tag team. And I'll tell you what, I would love to see both of those turn up on TNA. That would be really good.
I'll tell you what, really I do really agree with Joe on Rohit's X Division reign. But I think that TNA are missing a trick if we don't make him the digital media champion, because he basically made the X Division the digital media belt before we had a digital media belt. Because
he did.
He was like taking selfies with it, going for meals with it, and stuff like that. It was epic to watch, and it was like I had friends who were like, following my old Twitter account when I had one, and they were looking at it and they were just going like, who's this guy you keep retweeting? He's out of his mind. And I'm just like, he's a champion, he's got a belt. And they're like, yeah, but he's treating the belt like a human being. I'm like, that's the respect the belt deserves, So yeah. We should definitely have him back, I think.
Yeah, no, he was fantastic. But I mean, funny enough, Rohit was actually the very first interview I ever did.
Yeah,
this
wasn't it? Someone else who I'd love to see back in TNA.
Mike Santana.
Now he's a free agent.
I'd like to see Mike Santana back as well. He's awesome. And again, I was talking about this the other day on Twitter, saying that it'd be really cool if he came back as a singles competitor, but brought like a young tag team with him and reformed LAX, but he was basically the leader.
Yeah, he was doing what Conan was doing.
Yeah, or Eddie Kingston when he came in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
he's
man,
looking.
I miss Kingston. I do.
Yeah, so do I. He's great. Mm.
But do you know, I was
He
going to
was
say
good.
something, but I thought I would probably have to wait until your drink's quite far away from you, because I was going to say, how about Santana puts like an LAX twist on GYV, calls them like LA Wirral or something like that, and then just
LA Wirral.
he doesn't
LAW.
yeah,
LAW.
or just la, just like la, just
Right, lad.
But nah, yeah, I'd love to see Santana back, because I think, you know, even when they were a tag team, because like me being like an old school TNA fan, I was like, why are they redesigning LAX? Like, what is this? You know, they can't do that. And I was completely blown away. Like, you know, their matches against Lucha Brothers, you know, against OVE and stuff like that. I forget which pay-per-view it was, but Santana jumping off of the uprights for the screen and stuff like that. He was
by Massacre 3.
That's it. Yeah, just
Yeah.
insane, man. And I think, like, you know,
love it.
yeah, and he's just he shared on his Instagram, I think he's just shared his medal for being his going for his sobriety for a year. So that's quite a big deal. And I'm, you know, I know it's just me saying words on the internet, but I'm genuinely proud of him and anyone who can do that, you know, because he must have had some demons and he's come out the other side. So I just hope that we welcome him back with a red carpet, to be fair.
Yeah, so do I. I just want to answer Terrence Sullivan's question. He's asking about one knockout as a free agent you'd like to see. Camille. That's it. I don't think I'd like to see any other Well, I would. Loads of different knockouts out there, but Camille would be one. Alex Windsor would be another from the UK. I'd like to see Lana Austin as well, because Lana Austin is such a good heel. Like one of I class her as one of those like pantomime heels. She's just so like, you know, in your face and like, you know, a bitch basically. She's just a bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, Camille I think would be probably.
Oh, Boomer wasn't scared of her.
No, Boomer wasn't, was she? No, that was brilliant. She had a right go at her. We were this is brilliant, right? This is a great story, Craig, right? So my daughter Boomer was with me at a wrestling show. I think it was a Wrestle Carnival show. And Lana Austin was on the card. And of course, because I know some of these people, that they often gravitate towards us wherever we're sat. They generally gravitate to our area, right? And then obviously, because I had Scarlett with me, Boomer with me, they quite often do stuff with her, right, when she's with us. So I mean, we've had it a couple of times. Do you remember when EY and I've forgotten the name of the other guy. He was in the oh Christ, what's his name? The Axeman or whatever it was. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
He was at the table where, because I know EY, I've interviewed him loads of times. I know him quite well in person, and I went over and spoke to him because he was at the table, didn't I, Joe? And this dude was next to me. We were talking and we were having a good old, you know, chat about this, that, and the other. And anyway, I had a good chat with this Axeman guy, and when we went into the show, we were sat obviously in the corner in the front row, and he sort of kind of like came over. He took a beeline for me, and I'm thinking, oh fuck, here we go, right? And he got Boomer to stand up, right, so he could sit his opponent. I'm trying to remember who it was. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Charles Crowley.
Yes, he took on. Charles Crowley took on Scott Garland in the opening contest, and then he took on the Axeman in the main event.
That's right. It was Charles Crowley. Put Charles Crowley on Boomer's seat, went completely to the opposite side, ran at this dude. Boomer's like, what the hell's going on? Literally ran at this dude and kicked him straight in the face. Like right off Boomer's chair. Right, she's like, oh my God. And then he put her back on the chair again. Oh, it was funny. And so that was good. But
EY's wrist tape hit me in the face. I've got that still.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. And then another occasion we were ringside and Lana Austin was basically healing it up big time. She lost the match, didn't she, Joe?
She
And
lost
she
to
came
Becca.
up.
I think it
Yeah,
was
that's
Becca
right.
she
It
lost
was. It
to.
was Becca. She lost to Becca. She came off, right, and then she came walking past, and Scarlett's booing her and having a right old go at her. And anyway, so she came over to me, whipped my hat off that I was wearing at the time. I'm not sure which one I had on, but she whipped my hat off and started wiping her ass with it and stamping on it and shit, and then walked off with it, right? Boomer stood up, right, and she's going, "Give my dad's hat back now, you give it back." She's having a right go at her, wasn't she?
Yeah,
having a right go at her.
Lion Ross just goes up to her and goes,
yeah. She's going, right, and then after the show, we went up and we went up to the signing booth and all that crap. And Lana was just being nice then because she's that character and stuff. And Boomer was having a go at her. She's going, "You're horrible. I don't like you." She's having a right go at her. It was so funny. But she certainly wasn't scared. She wasn't scared of Lana Austin. I'll tell you that.
That's mint. Those are the sort of times that make an event, though, aren't they? You know, when you can take away like quite a unique memory and stuff. Because you go to some shows and that, and it's just so plastic and just written, and they kind of turn up and then they just go, and you just kind of feel like, well, you don't feel like you've been to see a real show. But when you can have that kind of that real interaction, like I had it with.
I have to say, the Wrestle Carnival shows that we went to, I'm gutted actually they're not going now because they were good, weren't they?
Yeah,
they were good.
I wish I could have gone to more.
I got I think my claim to fame would probably be I've seen Scotty Too Hotty in Exeter. And when I say I've seen Scotty Too Hotty, I was like, you know, he's coming out on the stage, so I'm like filming it and that. And then he walks and he goes behind me, and I thought, oh, it's going to spoil my video. So I'm like sat there thinking, like, where is he? And then all of a sudden, this foot's just pretty much on my shoulder, and he stood above me, just clapping his hands. And I'm just like, oh yeah, great. So you know, rather than me seeing him come out, I'm like, I'm part of the bloody entrance. So I got trodden on by Scotty Too Hotty. So that's my
funny.
first and only wrestling experience ever.
That was cool. But yeah, so all good.
Eway gave me a fist bump while I'm filming him coming down to the ring.
Fist bump. That was good. Yeah, Eway's great. Okay, you were there when I had that conversation with Giselle as well, weren't you?
No, I've only been to one. Oh right, I thought you were talking.
At Coventry.
Yeah. Giselle come and stood next to me, didn't she? She sort of stood right here, and then I'm like,
I jumped out my skin.
I'm going, don't worry about it. Like, don't worry about it. She's going, she's a bitch.
We're looking in the ring, and like Trinity's doing her entrance and stuff and that, and then I'm just like, and I turn, I'm like, oh, Giselle's like right there. I just like cats have 9 lives, I don't, and Giselle took one of them, I swear.
That was cool. That was cool. Anyway, there's some cool moments that you can get. That's one of the reasons I love going ringside anyway, because you get loads of interactions, which is cool.
It's worth it.
I think it is. I think it's 100% worth it. It's a completely different experience. You can have some real fun with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, big news of the week has to be Alex Hammerstone has signed with TNA. Now, it was only last week that we were talking about, you know, is he going to do it? Do we think he's going to do it? I was saying, yeah, I think he is. There was still a few people that were a little bit on the fence about it all, but he's signed. So I'm absolutely over the moon about this because Alex Hammerstone... Yeah, I nearly jumped out of my skin then. So Alex Hammerstone has joined TNA, and we will get to see his second match at Sacrifice this Friday. So I'm excited about that. Let us know your thoughts on Alex Hammerstone, guys, because I think that's a fantastic signing for TNA, and proves that they're not cutting their budgets. But anyway, I just also want to do a birthday shout out to Danny Lunar, the British wrestler, the Danny Lunar, fantastic Subculture member herself, and of course one half of the tag team with Jody Threat as well. So who's hopefully going to be going for that title at Sacrifice. I think that'd be fantastic. And also, I believe it's Knockouts champion Jordan Grace's birthday today. I believe
it was yesterday.
Oh, it was yesterday. Oh my god!
Yeah.
See, we get our times mixed up because of the whole time differences and stuff.
About 2 or 3 hour difference.
at the end of the day, happy birthday to both TNA Knockouts, Danny Luna, and of course the champion Jordan Grace. Awesome stuff. There you go, Swag Fan. Hammerstone's a great pickup. Sherry Masco, I don't know who you are, but you're saying Hammerstone will be in TNA. He certainly will. Good signing for TNA, gives that men's division more quality and depth. Exactly. It certainly bolsters the main event scene, that's for sure. So great to see, great to see. But happy birthday. That's it. Happy birthday to the Juggernaut. Now, listen, talking about the Juggernaut, it's great new Jordan Grace Juggernaut t-shirt available right now on TNAmerch.com. Go and check it out because I'm telling you now, it's a great shirt and I'm thinking of grabbing it myself. Now, I was talking to Simon actually about bringing in stuff from the States and certainly from TNAmerch.com. I do it all the time. Of course, you have to pay a bit of a premium on your delivery. It's international delivery, so it's not going to be, free delivery because it's not, within the UK or anything like that. So you do have to pay a little bit. So it does up the price a little bit. But what you also have to remember is that you're getting stuff a little bit cheaper anyway because you're getting a better exchange rate. So the t-shirts aren't particularly overpriced. So, a 25 buck t-shirt is like £19.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is particularly expensive for a decent.
No, it's not.
For a decent shirt.
And
and like
the system have got a new shirt out now.
Right. But the other thing I do, which helps with the cost of the shipping, is I might buy maybe 4 or 5 shirts in one go.
Right.
So, and the shipping price is the same whether you buy one shirt or whether you buy 4, 5, 6, 10 shirts. Pretty much, I think it goes up a little bit after 5, but in the end of the day, that's the best way to do it. Just buy a batch of shirts, and the more shirts you buy, the better value the shipping becomes. So it's well worth doing it, and that's when you get the proper authentic shirts that way. The Euro store is shite. A lot of that stuff is basically just like a print. Over
so
here they
dated.
print themselves, and it's crap. Most of it's crap.
Yeah, I think
old.
I hope my boss isn't listening because the way that I kind of done it before is me and a group of friends, we picked what we wanted to order. So you kind of have one person is like the trustee. Everyone gives that one person the money, makes the order. You share the cost of the postage, and then I can post it all to you for free through work. I just tuck it into their post. So
that makes sense.
you get
I like it.
So it just brings down the price. So if we were looking at something if we all wanted items, then it would just kind of bring down our overall sort of thing, and then I can get it next day delivery sent out to you if I remember to post it the next day.
That sounds a good idea, man. I'm down with that. We'll talk about that after the show. I've got quite a few shirts I want to get.
That's not open to the people in the comments. You will get me into trouble.
Yeah, got it. Anyway, let's go. Let's talk about Impact. Let's talk about Impact last week. And I want to blast through this because obviously I want to look at the Sacrifice card as well. So let's have a little blast through. So we kicked off the night with Mike Bailey versus Steve Maclin, and boy, this match was incredible. Maclin have too much of a power advantage over Mike Bailey, and in the end picks up the victory. We then get a promo in the ring from Maclin that leads to Nick Nemeth appearing on the screen and setting up a match for Sacrifice. Now, what I'm going to say about this here is I love the way that this was filmed. Because he actually filmed it almost like it was live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was addressing Maclin there and then.
Yeah.
The way, do you know what I mean? And even Maclin interacted with it like he was talking to him live there and then.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I thought it worked really well. What did you think?
I thought it was brilliant the way they set it out too. Like you, I honestly thought it was live for a split second.
Thank you. I was going to say I thought it was live.
It was so well put together. It was literally like you're watching a classic promo from the Attitude Era type thing. It was, and Nick Nemeth's promo work was amazing as you would expect. You've really got to show off what he can do on the mic and on screen.
He's so good.
That newfound confidence is already showing through. And with that new and now being an open weight champion from New Japan Pro Wrestling, that's just incredible. And congratulations to him on that. I'm looking forward to seeing him and Steve Maclin tearing the place apart at Sacrifice. That's going to be amazing.
I think that's going to be mental. That's going to be an incredible one. I think it's going to lead to more as well. I think that's not the only match these two are going to have. I think it's going to be it's going to get epic.
Do you think Nick will put that title on the line?
No, not yet. Not yet. I think it will happen at some point. But we'll see. We'll see. If he does, then it's a sure end that Steve's going to lose. If that happens, because they're not going to. He's not going to lose it to Steve Maclin after just winning it. You know, I'd be very surprised. Plus, I'm assuming that obviously he's got some kind of deal with New Japan. You know, whereas I don't think Steve Maclin has, but I don't know. Outside, Kazarian has been suspended for his actions, obviously last week on Impact, where he obviously attacked the referees. Not very happy about it, and but he's sent packing, so he's gone off. And if you noticed, he made a few comments on the socials and stuff, which was
I saw that. And I was thinking,
just to sort of add the fuel to the fire with that one.
Yeah, this is one about all the meet and greets and that is he's saying I'm not going to be there, but you're welcome. You're still welcome to hate me. You're still allowed to hate me. I thought it was brilliant. And I honestly thought that something when I saw it, I thought, oh shit, what's actually happened? And then I saw last week's TNA yesterday. So it's like
crazy.
I didn't look at the news or anything until yesterday when I was
exactly
writing
more
all this stuff.
The king of TNA was being suspended. But yeah, there you go. Adam Whitman, nice to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining us. Better late than never, buddy. Better late than never. We head back to the ring where Jake Something is taking on the Rhino Kid. Once again, the power, speed, and agility of Jake is just too much for Kid. Jake picks up the victory, which to be fair, Jake Something is something to behold when he's going at it. Really cool, and I thought this was actually a really good match. It really showcased Jake's power, especially. He's so fast as well. He's just an all-round badass, isn't he? He's just an all-round badass.
He's insane. It's insane how fast and how powerful this guy is. He's like he's just. Trevor Lee was another one. If I was to pick someone who I'd seen when I started watching, Trevor Lee was another one. Like pound for pound for a guy his size, he was one of the strongest and fastest guys on the roster. And Jake Something is that doubled or trebled or even quadrupled. It's just he's one of those guys that it looks just he's strong, but my God, you don't know how strong he is until you actually see him going in the ring, and how fast he is until you see him going in the ring. And
what happened to him? What happened to Trevor Lee?
He signed with WWE. He's now Cameron Grimes in WWE.
Oh, great! Never heard of him.
No,
no one's heard of him.
No, to be fair, like I remember
it was so good.
Trevor Lee used to go into AAW. Never, get that mixed up. But he was in AAW in Chicago, and he used to walk out like during the other person's entrance, tell them to be quiet, and he'd introduce himself, and he'd be like, "I am Impact Wrestling superstar Trevor Lee. You can all sit down and be quiet." And he would command it so well, and I think. Like, I'll just be quick on the subject of Trevor Lee, but one match that was really like it was so incredibly real was I think, and quote me if I'm wrong here, I think that he lost his mother that day in real life, lost his mother that day, and went out and cut a promo using like the fact he'd lost his mother to say that. Regardless of what goes on in life, he was still going to go out there and kick someone's ass. And I was just like, that takes a hell of a lot of strength. And like, I would like to think that, as Cameron Grimes or whatever, however he became that person, I would like to think that WWE weren't just watching him in Impact. They were watching him everywhere he went, and they could see that there was potential in that guy. Because for someone to have that strength and be able to do such a thing, that's incredible, But I think, with Trevor Lee leaving Impact, I think he left a bit of a hole but
Yeah.
I don't think that he filled it elsewhere personally. Like I said, I know it sounds cocky. I don't know who Cameron Grimes is. I've never heard of like a Cameron Grimes match going on at WrestleMania or SummerSlam or anything like that. So
No, I think he's NXT. I think he's on NXT, is he?
the grass isn't always greener there.
He's
though,
gone
is
through
it?
NXT onto SmackDown now, I think.
Oh, okay.
But,
Right.
I only know that because I looked at the roster on the WWE 2K for 24.
Right.
Just to say.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Can I just say a quick hello to Gary Rossetti, who's joined us?
Hello, Gary.
Nice to see you, bud. We haven't seen you for a while. Actually, I think you popped in late last week, didn't you? So it's good to see you anyway. Alan Angels welcomes Big Con to the show, but it soon breaks down when PCO turns up trying to find Con. The only thing, I love PCO. I think PCO is awesome. He's a beast. He's incredible. And I love the fact, he's got this character Frankenstein thing going on. But this kind of like screaming the name of the person that you're feuding with at the time is getting on my nerves. So like when he came in, he's like, Con! Like before it used, before it was Bully Ray, wasn't it?
Eddie.
Eddie. It was just like, so I don't know. I think he needs to maybe think about something else, possibly.
You can always try this.
Off.
Fuck off. He could do. No.
Imagine PCO
just
just sitting there going, fuck off.
Yeah.
talking about telling AJ Francis to fuck off. Next was his in-ring debut. And of course, he was partnering with Dina, facing the man that when you say his name will appear, obviously Joe Hendry, and Rich Swann. And I have to say, after a pretty good match, Joe and Swan picked up the victory. Now, again, I thought AJ was brilliant. I thought he was really, really good. And I'm absolutely gutted that at the end of the day, he's banned from diving.
You are banned from diving.
Oh, brilliant.
Isn't he? He's
You are banned from diving.
You are.
You need to hear it twice every time.
You've only got
That's how-
Steve in the corner.
Oh,
I believe in Joe Hendry.
We're all going mad.
Anyway, so I thought this was a great match, and I have to say that I think AJ Francis is definitely one of the best storylines going on at the moment. I love it. I do. I think he's doing amazing. I think his promo stuff's great. The way that they're building the story is great, and actually in the ring he was pretty good too.
I like him.
So-
I do genuinely like him. I think I was tedious about it. I thought, because you heard about the diving thing and stuff like that. Don't do it, Joe. I don't trust you. I reckon you will. But no, I heard about the diving thing and stuff, and I just thought, is he going to be a complete flop? But the fact that he's done stuff with Joe Hendry, those two have bounced off each other. That's the sort of content that wrestling needs. That's the kind of silliness that we need. I've done a bit of research on AJ Francis as well, and I found out that AJ Tracy's really shit at wrestling. He's not that good at rapping either, to be fair. But it's definitely AJ Francis who's in TNA, not AJ Tracy. I've ruined my Spotify algorithm. I've listened to some terrible rap music, and I'd rather listen to AJ Francis rip it out of Joe Hendry in future. Because I think we've accidentally. Well, I say we've taken a risk on a someone who could have been a potential superstar, and we've got a guy who's in form. He can wrestle, he can rap, and he's got the hate campaign against him. And I think that we're going to thrive off that, to be fair, because people are checking him out, I think we could actually see, someone climb up the ranks at Impact here, and I think we've got a potential powerhouse there. I would love to see him versus. I'd love to see him versus PCO, to be fair.
Yeah, let's get him in there.
Let's
get
go.
him in
Choose it. Choose it.
there. You can scream cheese it. Cheese it. Cheese it. Yeah, that'd be a mental. Yeah, I'm down for that. I am. Anyway, Decay then via another great vignette declare they're biding their time before coming back after those knockouts tag titles. So I think we're going to see them sort of lingering around in the background. I still think we're going to see another member join Decay at some point fairly soon. Hoping it's going to be, some kind of undead alley of some sort or something like that, or maybe Sue Young will bring her in. I don't know. Something's going to happen there at some point. But again, it was another good vignette. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I like what they're doing with Decay at the moment. It's proper old school Decay. It's proper real Decay. That's what Decay was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're bringing that back, and I like that. The Good Hands. Now, I've written the whole segment on this. So, the Good Hands introduced a new X Division champion, Mustafa Ali, for this special inauguration ceremony. Ali addresses the TNA fans and says that at No Surrender, they made the X Division great again. All Ali is about to issue his first executive order when former X Division champion Chris Sabin interrupts. Sabin dares him to step out from behind the podium and speak to him like a man. Sabin says that while they're both believe in change, that is where their similarities end. While Sabin looks to inspire others to achieve their dreams, Ali manipulates others to do his dirty work and takes all the glory for himself. Sabin credits the Good Hands with giving Ali the advantage in their X Division title match at No Surrender. Now, Ali fires back and says that the reason Sabin lost was because he didn't have any supporters. Sabin says that he's, hang on, let me bring it up because I'm reading this, guys. Bear with me, so I can't remember all this. That he's not here to debate, he's here to fight as he strikes Ali in the jaw. The Good Hands jump Sabin till Kushida and Kevin Knight enter the odds. Sabin, Kushida, and Kevin Knight destroy the inauguration ceremony as Ali and the Good Hands retreat. I love this section. I thought it was really well put together. I'm loving the fact that they're sort of kind of taking the piss out of Trump, basically, with the whole making it great again stuff and that shit. I like it. I think this is good. I'm so happy that Mustafa Ali has joined TNA Wrestling, and he's now the X Division champion. I think he's going to really elevate it, and I hope he has it for a little while. I don't know. What do you think on this one, Craig?
I'm all about Ali, to be fair, because, again, with AJ Francis and stuff, we take a risk on these people who could have been potential superstars and that, but Mustafa's just come in and he's so comfortable. It's like he's been with us for years. He's come in, he's surrounded by, different fans, and just, oh man, it was just brilliant, And I think having a feud with Sabin, who's been there since the beginning, isn't he? And he's just having that feud between them, their match and stuff like that is just going to be incredible. I think having that feud with the Good Hands, because the Good Hands I felt were kind of lost for a few months. And I was like, what is it? I think it's a shit name. Both wrestlers individually, they are really good. They could be a really good tag team, but teaming up with Mustafa, I think we're onto something. And I hope that Mustafa hangs around. But like I said before, I think it was he's down for 6 dates or something. So that could be potential. Maybe he's going to go off to Japan for a bit, but I'd love us to stick with our open door policy, and hopefully this isn't just a short-term thing that we've got with him.
Yeah, I hope he comes back more. If it's only 6, I'll be gutted. I think they need to try and sign him, to be honest. Antonia Baker, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. And Ali is definitely a draw. There's no doubt about that. This guy's a draw. We need to be opening up a checkbook for this guy. I think he's going to prove to be a big part of TNA moving forward. We then get a huge announcement, and I mean this is humongous. I mean it is stupendously massive announcement from Ash by Elegance that this week will be her second match for TNA Wrestling, and I think everyone is extremely excited about that. Hey, Courtney, nice to see
Hi,
you.
Courtney.
I think especially J-Bone. I think J-Bone is going to be extremely excited about seeing Ash. And I think, as I posted my message earlier today, when the first time we saw her sitting on the turnbuckle, it was.
I definitely paused it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people paused it at that point. But there you go. We then head to a furious Mustafa Ali who wants Saban, Kushida, and Knight at Sacrifice. So we then obviously end up with a Sacrifice match made, which we'll talk about in a second. And that was a really good promo as well, actually. Really good backstage segment. But
Yeah.
we then got Tasha Steelz versus Zaya Brookside. Unfortunately, the match ends in a countout. So Jordan Grace comes out and states she will face both of them at Sacrifice for the Knockouts title in a three-way. You know, we all know I do like a good knockout three-way. Yeah, this is going to be an epic match. It's going to be epic. So I'm looking forward to that.
The match that Zaya Brookside and Tasha Steelz had was incredible too. It was a really, really good match, and it spilled out to the ring and just ended. It ended the right way to get the draw and everything. They just did not let up on each other throughout the entire match. I was really, really enjoyed this match. And Zaya Brookside is just blowing everybody away with just how good she is. So great to see.
Yeah, no, I totally I totally get exactly all of that. I think she is a talent for the future. I think she's going to be a future Knockouts champion. I think deservedly so. I think she is a Tinker Fairy all day long. She's great, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of her over the next couple of years because I'm sure they're going to really build her up and make her a big star. We then get to the main event. The System, Moose, Myers, and Edwards take on EY and ABC, which I thought was a kind of weird mix-up there.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but it did. And it proved to be quite an effective combination. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was a great match. In fact, I've got this down as the best match of the night for me. And my opinion, you know, I thought Myers was great in this match. A lot of people, not Brian Myers, but man, he's a good wrestler. And he was really, really good in this match. But anyway, Myers hits the top rope elbow. I think Eddie Edwards hits the backpack stunner first.
Yeah,
which then leads to Myers.
I love that move. It needs a proper finishing move like name now. It's such a good combination move. I love it. And moves to the pump kick before Eddie Edwards dropped the center this time. But usually
we got the pump kick. Followed by pump kick, followed by the backpack stunner, followed by an elbow off the top rope.
Yeah,
and that was enough. Bay was done. So it was 1, 2, 3 done. System celebrates as Impact goes off air. And of course that leads us to this week tomorrow. So we'll have a look at those matches in a second. Okay, let's look at Sacrifice. We'll just have a little chat about the matches. I mean, obviously we don't know what's going to be added or anything, but this is what we got so far. So we've got ABC versus the System in a World Tag Title match, which obviously came out of that match. It was just that they just lost, obviously, where Myers pins Chris Bay.
The ABC.
Exactly that. We then get a 6-man tag match. Now, this is an interesting one. Mustafa Ali and the Good Hands versus Saban, Kushida, and Kevin Knight. Mate, Kevin Knight is phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be the standout talent of this match. Obviously Mustafa Ali is amazing. We've got the Good Hands, good vets. Jason Hodge is great. We know how good Saban and Kushida is, but I honestly believe that the way Kevin Knight's been going over the last month He's going to proper stand out in this match. Kevin Knight, for me, is going to be the man of that match. And I can't wait to see that match. We then get Josh Alexander, versus Alex Hammerstone 2. I think Hammerstone's going to win this one.
Yeah, we're going to get a rubber match for Rebellion. But my God, this is going to be fucking brilliant. I am so looking forward to this. As soon as I saw the graphic of Hammerstone and Alexander, I thought, at first I thought it was just Hammerstone's coming back for one more match. And then the news comes that he's actually officially signed for TNA. Like, fucking yes.
There's not many people in Impact who can throw Josh Alexander around like Hammerstone did.
Yeah,
you know, and he's just got everything. He's got power. He's got the agility. Like me and yourself, Jason. Well, I'm not saying we've got power and of course we have. But I mean,
if we were a tag team, you know, I could be the muscle. You could be the hustle. It'd be
I'd be Gia Miller. Like that's just fun. That's all I've got to offer. But no, I think like he's got the power. He's got the agility. But it's like we've got that joke going where we said like if someone got like a science lab or something, they got Jake Christ and Brian Cage and just put them together, because it's like he's been made on like, you know, on WWE 2K or something like that.
He's been created through gravity.
But it's the fact that he's just kind of like, he's real and he's going out there and he's kicking ass and he's doing all these moves, and like, man, I'm so happy that he's in TNA, and I just hope that we give him the platform. He gets what he wants from us. And, you know, again, like we've just got so many potential champions on this roster at the minute. But yet again, like, you know, as TNA always does, we create the stars, and who knows if they're going to think the grass is greener on the other side, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, but
I hope he sticks around.
There's quite a few that end up coming back, mate. So don't you
worry.
Oh,
yeah.
We've also got Maclin versus Nemeth, which we've already talked about. That's going to
be fucking good. I'm so good.
Yeah.
So down with this match.
Yeah, that's going to be epic, mate. It really is. We got the Knockouts Championship, which we just talked about, which is Jordan Grace versus Zaya Brookside versus Tasha Steeles. Really looking forward to that. 3-way for the Knockouts title. Gonna be a banger if you ask me. And then we got the world title match, Moose versus Eric Young. Now, Eric had to get a shot in Canada. Let's face the fact, he had to get a shot in Canada. But again, the match graphics are amazing, and they really make you think, "Fucking hell, this is going to be amazing," just by looking at the graphics, which is pretty awesome. But I think it's going to be good. I think we've got at least another 2 matches to go for the main card, and I think we're going to get 2 matches for the countdown show as well tomorrow. We might not even get one of the countdown matches until like Friday.
Yeah, we'll probably just get a random X Division match or a multi-man match to show off some talent. But I'm pretty sure we're going to get Danny Luna. We're going to get Danny Luna and Jody Fett versus MK Ultra. I'm pretty sure we're going to see that. And of course, Crazy Steve and Rhino might get another match as well, or Crazy Steve will be defending his title against someone.
Yeah, there's a possibility. There's quite a few possibilities. I think maybe you might get the digital media on the countdown show. Yeah, maybe we get a title match or something on there. That would be good. But guys, listen, before we go on, we need you guys to hit that thumbs up. It's really important that you hit the thumbs up button. Of course, share the show. Make sure everybody knows we're here. It helps us move up the rankings. And if you feel flush, then don't forget to give it, hit that super sticker, because they are extremely welcome. They make a big difference to the content that we're continuing to make week after week. Now, talking about content, I have got a big interview coming out hopefully tomorrow. I've got it. I just need to download it and get it on to Bison Talks. I haven't changed the name of the show yet. Obviously, at the moment, it's Bison Talks Impact, and I haven't had a chance to rename everything. So I've got a new logo in production, but it might not come out. We might not see that now until the next the next edition of Bison Talks. So at the moment, it's still Bison Talks Impact. Don't get thrown by that. I'm still talking a load of beefalo, and this week's interview is with none other than Speedball Mankin.
Oh, nice.
So I've got Mike Bailey and Trent Seven for an interview. Yesterday I did it, 20-minute interview. It will be up hopefully tomorrow. possibly Friday, depends. But I might put it up Friday because obviously we've got a show. We got the review show tomorrow from the US team, so I might put it out Friday.
Yeah.
Leading up to Sacrifice, because obviously we talk a bit about Sacrifice and stuff. So, really good interview. Trent Seven, what a dude! What a dude Trent Seven is, an absolute dude. So make sure you check out that Speedball Mountain, Mike Bailey, Trent Seven, Bison Talks Impact should be out Friday. All right,
I thought we were friends.
Oh, we are. Don't you worry, buddy. So that's going to be good. That's going to be good. But like I said, if you're welcome to throw us a few super stickers or anything like that, then please be welcome to do so. We'd appreciate it. Now, TNA Impact this Thursday. Mustafa Ali versus Kevin Knight. It's not a title match or nothing like that. It's just a match.
Match of the night contender right there. Match of the night. That's going to be amazing.
About. That's what I'm talking about. Kevin Knight is an absolute legend in the making. I'm like, honestly, this match is going to be a banger. This match is going to be a banger. We also are going to have Ash by Elegance.
Oh yes.
Oh my god. In the ring. She's going to be in action. We also hear from EY, of course, ahead of his match at Sacrifice. So we're going to find out what he's got to say about that. Also, Alan Angels has taken obviously exception to PCO ruining his show last week. So we're going to get Alan Angels versus PCO.
Alan Angels in the coffin.
Beaten up. I think he's going to get an absolute.
No, come on, Alan.
But it's a shame because I love Alan Angels. I think he's brilliant. Masha Slamovich versus Danny Luna. So we've got implication matches there all along. So we've got the Mustafa Ali and Kevin Knight, obviously implication Sacrifice. Ash by Elegance getting some in-ring action. Are we going to see something come out of that for Sacrifice? I don't know, maybe. We then obviously going to hear from EY. I'm sure something's going to go down with him and maybe somebody else. I don't know. Possibly Moose will come out the system. Maybe give him some grief.
Moose and Myers will come out and
exactly. Give him a beating or something.
Yeah.
Then obviously you've got the Alan Angels PCO. Like you say, maybe that could lead to something. I don't know for a pre-show thing. But Masha obviously and Danny Luna. That's 100% going to lead to tag titles match between them, the knockouts match. I'm sure.
Hang on, so we've got Sacrifice, we've got Impact. There's no GYV. Have they been nicked?
No, they're
in the UK right now.
They're in the UK now.
Right. Okay, fair enough. I'll let them off.
I think that was it. I think they sort of kind of had a small run. They've had a program. They had a small run. Because I know that James Drake was putting stuff out the other day on the socials, like, "Do you want to see more GYV and TNA?"
Yeah,
and everyone was going crazy for it, including myself.
I'm gonna say it. I might not understand them, but I want them back.
Yeah,
because those guys can wrestle. Like, I personally, I know the result of like ABC versus GYV. I think that was wrong. That last match, that should have been GYV, in my personal opinion. But I'm kind of sad that they're not going to be there, because I was kind of looking forward to itching my head, thinking like, I think it's English, but I'm not sure if it's English, but I'm guessing they're trying to speak it. But they're only a couple hours away from me, but I cannot understand it. Yeah, I'm like, what
the fuck?
What's going on? Yeah, am I drunk? What's going on?
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought we were friends. But yeah, it's all good. Dirty Dango. Is there a Dirty Dango match? I think there is. I've seen something.
He's got Josh Alexander. I think that might be.
Oh yeah.
I think that might be next week now, or it might be this week. But I know Josh
Xplosion. Put it on Xplosion. That'll be minutes.
Josh hopefully will finish him off in no time whatsoever. But listen, guys, that's all we got time for this week. Also, if you want to show your support for TNI UK, please feel free to super sticker us or head over to the prowrestlingtees.com/total nonstop impact for some great shirts, or head over to our exclusive Spreadshirt merch store. Links are, of course, below. Also, I think there's if you hit store or something like that, or shop, I think it is on our YouTube channel. That takes you through to the Spreadshirt store as well, which is great. But if not, the links are all below. So make sure you head over there, because the Bison shirt is damn good. I think you should buy the Bison shirt. I'm all over that. I might have to do a new one. Might have to come with a new one. There's actually one on there called Bison by Designs on there. I think, if I remember right, I am Bison by Design. I think it's on there, and there's another one on there, 100% Beefalo. So there's plenty of pretty cool. There's some good Bison shirts on there. You should go and check them out. All TNA shows are available to all of you Listen on the Go fans as audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. We are there. Where can we find you on the socials, Joe?
You can jump onto Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, look for hashtag empty space, hashtag into the void, or fancy to take your taste buds and your sense of humor. Jump on all three, look for hashtag a daily girl.
And what about yourself, Limpstar? I can see
am-
you put a load of stuff on your title there. What's that all about? It's so small, I can't see it. But anyway,
That's what she said.
she did.
It's basically what it says there. LimpstarUK, no space, no dash, no nothing. Just LimpstarUK on Instagram, TikTok, and you can find me on Facebook as well. I'm just happy to have any followers or anything. Send me a message. We can chat, do whatever. But I will warn you, on my TikTok, every now and then you're going to go through it and think, is this the same guy? You'll see flashing lights, lasers, and hear really hard beats. That's my DJing side of things. So I will warn you that it's not for everyone, but some of you might enjoy it. Yeah, that's it. It's I'm LimpstarUK on SoundCloud as well. So
Yeah,
I've got some of my own personal DJ mixes on there as well. I need to tidy it up because I've done something really, really random with a Nickelback tune a long time ago, but it got like 100 downloads in about 30 seconds when I launched
Really?
it. So yeah, I
Nice,
might re-up it, but I'm always meddling around with music, so it's always pretty
fucking hell, Nickelback. That's enough.
Yeah.
That's it. You just ruined your career now.
That's it.
Literally just ruined it. He's done something with Nickelback.
I ruined the Nickelback tune. I made it worse.
Oh my God, how is that possible? I just can't. Okay, that's not possible. Anyway, if you're interested in following TNI on the socials, at We Talk Impact is pretty much what we do. I think that's on Instanet, Facebook, and of course, X, as it's known now. So we're on there. Go and check us out at We Talk Impact. Follow us, like us, super sticker us, whatever you need to do. Subscribe to us, and of course you can actually join the channel now as well. So if you fancy doing that, you want to join the TNI family through the subscription, then feel free to do that. That would be great too. If you're interested in finding out a little bit more, of course, on me, the Bison himself, the host with the most, then you can check me out at Lord Bison 45 on the X. And of course, if you want to follow me on TikTok, at Bison by Design, where I'm doing some cool stuff on there as well as promoting the channel. I might add, I've been promoting the channel on there a little bit recently as well. So make sure that you go and check out all of that. I appreciate the follows and the subscriptions. I really do. Please take the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube. I'm just going to reiterate by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, honk, honk. And of course, a smash to never miss any of the great content coming out from the UK and US teams related to TNA, because that's what we do. We talk TNA. And make sure that you check out what we do each and every week. With all that said, I've been Bison, and of course, that's been the man from the void himself, the Joker, and our resident DJ, the Limpstar. And this has been episode 100 of 71 Impact Wrestling. What? Nah, impacted. Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys.